Ayan, ayan. So, na-miss ko 'to, grabe. 2 araw akong hindi nakapag-ano, nakapag-FB live dito sa Kage Thoughts dahil yung tulog ko and gising ko and work ko naging irregular sa sobrang excitement. Ayan. So, hello everyone sa mga nanonood sa'tin sa FB timeline ko, sa, FB group which is the School of Life Systems. And of course, sa mga mas organized na nanonood sa YouTube, kasi do'n magkakasunod talaga yung episodes, hindi siya natatabunan ng mga Facebook posts, 'no. So, just a tip, if gusto niyong habulin yung ibang episodes ng Kage Thoughts, you can go to YouTube, mas mabilis. Okey. So, yeah, basically ang topic natin tonight is, chaos mode versus clarity mode. As you know, season 2 of Kage Thoughts and now is episode 6. Season 2, ang tema niya is versus, meaning we're pitting two like ideas against each other, usually like yung opposites, no, of where things are coming from. So we're tackling different spectrums. And people fall into either of the side. Of course, most people are actually a mix of both. Pero merong mas natural na tendency dun sa mga pinagko-compare natin, eh, 'no? And tonight, yun nga, ang pinagko-compare natin is chaos mode versus clarity mode. And I'll start with this, 'no? Kumbaga medyo tanong ko, sagot ko as I was thinking about this the past 2 days. Um, Bakit hindi siya chaos versus clarity lang, okay, or clarity versus chaos? Bakit kailangan kong idagdag yung word na mode into both, 'no? Ah, 'Cause basically hindi kasi siya as simple as it seems, chaos lang versus clarity, eh, oh. Kaya ko dinagdag yung mode kasi both of these, being in chaos or having clarity are actually states of being. states of being. Meron siyang cognitive part, which is state of mind. Meron siyang affective part, which is state of your emotions. And then meron din siyang conative part, which is the state of your action taking. So these are just some layers connected into a thing being a state or a mode, no? Because if tatanggalin ko yung words na mode, ang usual na puwedeng maging understanding with this is, a chaotic, like, environment, which is, usually an external thing. And then clarity naman is like a peaceful, mode 'no, and usually, na-associate naman yun within. But lahat yun ng layers na yun, the external and the internal are part of this whole thing. So, Ah, 'di ko alam kung naranasan niyo na, but for sure, like, different people here can relate to this, na merong mga pagkakataon na kung tutuusin, chill lang talaga yung paligid mo. Ay, baka may naalala kayo dito, chill lang yung paligid mo, wala naman talagang problema, sobrang ganda ng sikat ng araw, paggising mo pa lang sa umaga. Like nag-alarm tapos yung gising mo is ano, maayos, 'di ba? Like pagtingin mo sa salamin mo, like tingin mo sa punta ka CR, tingin ka sa salamin, like maaliwalas lahat. Ta's naririnig mo yung huni ng mga ibon. Di ko alam kung may ibon sa inyo. Sa'min may ibon pero manok 'no, so tilaok lang yung naririnig ko. But basically pagbukas mo ng bintana hindi ka nasilaw, sakto lang yung araw, 'di ba? Or depende, let's say sobrang ganda ng araw mo, sobrang ganda ng gising mo. And then, just a few thoughts or maybe just one thought cross your mind and you feel like yung ganda ng gising mo, yung ganda ng araw mo parang biglang nag-flip yung switch into nagsimula kang mainis o ma-bad trip o malungkot o maguluhan. Tapos parang all of a sudden, sobrang ganda dapat ng araw mo, naranasan mo yun, ta's biglang parang parang hindi mo namalayan may nag-trigger lang whatever, ta's biglang nag-flip na yung switch onto the other side of the human experience. So, naging chaos na kaagad instead of may clarity, may peace and all that. Pero, naranasan niyo na rin ba yung tipong sobrang gulo sa paligid mo? May mga taong hindi nagkakaintindihan, may mga nag-aaway, misunderstandings, puwedeng sa work, puwedeng sa pamilya, may mga problema na kailangan ng solusyon pero hindi pa talaga napag-uusapan ng maayos, merong mga kailangang bayaran, merong mga kailangang i-schedule, may mga kailangan talagang like i-sort out. Pero at the same time, you can be very chill and peaceful and it's sort of kahit hindi mo pa alam kung paano ire-resolve kung ano man lahat ng kailangan mong solusyonan, it feels like it will eventually take care of itself. And it's not the kind of parang magpapabaya ka ta's hahayaan mo na lang, pero yung tipong alam mo na, all of these things will pass. And you can sit there with that kind of peace na puwedeng hindi mo ma-explain o hindi mo rin maunawaan pero alam mo lang deep within yourself, deep within your soul na, "Oh, this is gonna be fine. And I can chill a bit this way. And I can just cherish itong moment na 'to and I'll decide moving forward and I'll face this along the way." Hindi ko alam alin diyan sa dalawa yung mas nakaka-relate ka, pero, hopefully naranasan mo na either or both, or both. Puwedeng maging sobrang ganda ng external environment and situation. So, there's peace and all that, pero you can be in chaos mode within. Puwede rin naman na sobrang chaotic, sobrang gulo ng environment that you are in, but you can be in clarity mode within. And this is why gusto ko talagang i-attach yung word na mode into both these things. Because these things are part of a skill set to manage, to know when to shift into chaos mode and into clarity mode. Because both of them will have pros and cons. Pero again, sa lahat ng 'to, gosh, nakalimutan ko na naman yung timer ko. Okay, ini-start ko na. Sa lahat ng 'to, it's good to know ano yung mas default mo, okay? And, situation-wise, dalawa yun, 'di ba? It's either magulo yung sitwasyon o hindi magulo yung sitwasyon. Kapag magulo yung sitwasyon, ano yung mas default na nangyayari sa'yo? Sumasabay ka ba dun sa gulo, nagiging chaos mode ka ba o mas lumalabas yung superhero clarity mode within, okey? Kapag peaceful yung sitwasyon, ano yung mas natural sa'yo? Naggo-go ka ba into chaos mode o sumasabay ka dun sa clarity mode? 'Cause here's the thing, especially doon sa kapag maayos naman lahat, there are people really uncomfortable with things being in their favor. As in hindi sila sanay na walang nangyayaring mali. To the point na kapag walang nangyayaring mali at chill lang talaga yung mga bagay, kusa silang naghahanap from within their system ng something na magpapagulo, ng something na magiging problema at the moment. Kahit wala talagang problema, hindi sila makapaniwala na life can be this good. And that's nagko-comment pala yung wife ko. Hooray sa mga ang strengths ay restorative. So, hindi sila makapaniwala na things can actually like be good or this good. And nagkakaroon ng self-sabotage with that. And meron din namang side na ito naman mas usual na 'to, hindi na kailangan masyadong pag-usapan na, ah, kumbaga kung magulo yung mga bagay, higher chances din for most people na sabayan yung agos nung gulo na yun, okey? So, most people are more familiar with chaos mode. Most people. Maraming factors kung bakit. Pero majority talaga. Hindi siya katulad ng ibang spectrums na parang mas 50-50 most of the time. Ito, mas marami talagang mga tao, myself included, na mas chaos mode yung natural. Okay. Therefore, developing the skill set towards clarity mode is really an essential thing. Okay. Pros and cons. There are times we need other areas of life to be chaotic. Chaotic meaning walang structure, too unpredictable, mataas yung risk level, mataas yung stress level. Merong mga areas of life that we need to allow na mas maging chaotic for us to have enough bandwidth para magkaroon ng clarity sa ibang areas of life that matter more in this current season. Because our resources are limited. Yung oras mo, yung energy mo, yung attention mo, yung quality ng focus, they are very limited things. As we juggle different areas of life, merong mga bagay na hindi magiging pantay-pantay yung allotment mo of your time, energy, and attention. And therefore, some of those things will naturally either mas magiging less yung quality kasi hindi mo matutukan. But it is actually totally fine if you're aware na of that kind of trade-off. Na kailangan mo mas mag-exercise ng intentionality sa ibang areas of life that are more important. Eh, mapapabayaan mo talaga or hindi matututukan ng kasing okay yung ibang areas of life. So while some areas of life turn into chaos, that's more normal. What you do with other areas of life that needs your clarity mode, yun yung mas nagma-matter. Yun yung mas nagma-matter. But I wanna touch on ano yung usual na signs that you are in clarity mode. With chaos, well, most of the time yun na yun, like high stress, And like it's a volatile decision making, high emotion thing, unregulated emotion, like mas triggered and all that. This is chaos mode. With clarity, since most people don't have an idea of what being in clarity mode can look like, I'd like to touch on some signs na a person is operating in clarity mode. No. So, one of the things na crucial na mapansin natin when you are in clarity mode, when you are in clarity mode. So there's the personal side of things and there's the social side of things here. So sa personal, ang una mong mapapansin diyan is easier to regulate your emotion. Okay? Alam mo na when you are looking at things, there's more objectivity to it as opposed to just subjective. The idea is, nakikita mo yung sarili mo na hinihimay yung layers o dina-dissect yung isang sitwasyon instead of impulsive lang yung magiging approach or decision making mo in one thing. Um, Over time, it can seem impulsive to other people, but that is basically just being decisive. Decisive kasi mabilis mo nang nakikita yung mga factors involved in a situation kasi na-practice mo na rin how to dissect a situation. As if it's second nature to you to look at the objective side of things. And it's certainly better if malinaw na rin sa'yo yung goals mo, malinaw na rin sa'yo yung mga milestones that you are trying to reach, malinaw na rin sa'yo kung ano yung mga resources that you can deploy, and malinaw na rin sa'yo kung ano yung at stake with that specific direction that you're trying to build something, create something, accomplish something with. So, merong prerequisites actually how you can step into clarity mode more easily. There's a setup that you can actually have so that stepping into clarity mode is just mas madali over time. And kung mas malinaw na yun sa'yo, and nababantayan mo yung mga areas na yun, then yun, decision making becomes more objective rather than emotional. Hindi necessarily na kapag emotional or emotion-based or impulsive yung decision, ibig sabihin hindi yun yung the best decision, right? But being in clarity mode is, you can look at it this way na you're zooming out, nagiging top view yung paningin mo sa mga bagay so that you're observing the whole thing. And there's three viewpoints, points of view when you're looking at it. So there's yourself, nakikita mo yung sarili mo, nakikita mo yung mga tao involved, and then yung top view thing is nakikita mo yung sarili mo and mga tao involved intertwined. Um, it's how should I explain it? It's kind of like a superpower. Um, you get that intuitively and you get that objectively because there are things that you can look at. That's one characteristic. Um, so yung next thing na personal, aside from being objective, is you feel that your energy is not being drained out of you. When you're in clarity mode, there's more control sa kung saan napupunta yung energy mo. When you feel like things are dragging, when you feel like mas napipilitan, when you feel like you're being pulled to different directions, that's more chaos mode. Clarity mode is feels more like you can ano ba tawag doon? Plug all the leaks of where your energy is being drained, and you can focus that intentionally on just what you want to focus it on. There's a sense of control sa kung paano mo gustong mag-flow yung energy mo when you are in clarity mode. Hindi parang pinag-aagawan ka dahil sa mga pangyayari sa sitwasyon. Yeah. These are just two like layers to look at as evidences or as signs that you are stepping into clarity mode. That's the personal stuff. When it comes to the social stuff, this is where like I get a lot of beef for this. Because a lot of people uh, will For some reason, meron kasing like subpar version of clarity that's going around in self-development circles, wherein it's disguised as self-awareness, and well, it is self-awareness. Yung tipong mas malinaw sa'yo sino ka, ano yung values mo and all that. And it's totally fine. Like maraming benefits. However, I see na there's a lack of quality na nangyayari on the social aspect, no? So when you're really self-aware and when you're really clear about who you are and the emotional charge towards yourself is healthy, that's a kind of clarity that will enable you to do two things when it pertains to relationships with other people. Okay? Clarity is a great source. I would even say it's an inevitable source of empathy. Of empathy. Um, so isa sa mga nakakalungkot na parts in some self-development circles is like, okay, you're working on yourself and now you're more aware that people can be toxic. And now that you're more aware that people can be toxic, it's time to cut them off sa buhay mo. That's weird stuff. I mean, super weird stuff from my viewpoint. Because when things are clearer, you can see people as human beings, and you're gonna be less judgy. Should be. You're gonna be you're gonna be less like focusing on yourself because you're the bigger person. You're gonna be less selfish because you can understand these people if you really know yourself enough. Because you'll be aware of all the good and the bad that resides within you. And if there's real clarity at play, you're not gonna pride yourself with I'm a better person than you. Toxic ka, ika-cut off kita sa buhay ko. What? Because most of the time, the toxicity in relationships is a two-way thing. There's always the giver and the receiver in that sense. So magiging toxic lang talaga yung isang tao if there's a part of you that responds to that toxicity. And maybe toxic din yung isang tao, toxic din yung paningin sa atin ng ibang tao kasi there's a part in us where they respond with dun sa toxicity and all that. Like this actually like mahirap siyang i-process. But clarity will always be an inevitable source of empathy. So if our clarity with knowing ourselves leads us to judge people and then cut them off, that's not enough clarity. That's not a healthy dose. That's not yet what you should settle for. It's not the best type of clarity there is. It's just enough clarity to get by. But it's not the kind of clarity that will help you thrive long term and be impactful. The thing is, kapag nag-start na tayo to go down that road where, okay, I'm at a stable enough place to actually look down on other people and judge them according to what benefits myself. Guess what? You're just recreating chaos in a different shape and form, right? It's like may hindi mag-agree sa'yo sa social media, iba-block mo. Until lahat na lang ng mga tao sa friends list mo nag-a-agree sa'yo. And all you have is an echo chamber. Wala ng variables, wala ng differences, wala ng room to actually help you grow and make you see all the things na pwede mo pa talagang maging room for growth. That sucks. But that's one main essence of clarity, main sign that a person really has clarity. It's the ability to understand another person's situation without thinking that they are better than the other person. I wish we could have more conversations around this. But really, that's if you see yourself clearly, you get to see people clearly. And we're basically only a few decisions away from being like the other person, better or worse. And I have 15 seconds to end this. On a social aspect, another layer of clarity. I'll be extending a bit siguro. Another layer of clarity is seeing where there is real value to give. Seeing where there is real value to give from a social aspect. The idea is spotting another person's needs. A lot of people who have coaching calls with me, th- most of their experiences I really haven't experienced before. Some of it I cannot experience, like example, pagiging nanay and all that. Uh, and one of my beloved mentors, si Dr. Strix Toledo, he's been telling me this like for years, years on end. Um, Kasi every time babalik sa kanya napapuzzle ako. Like, bakit gano'n? Bakit hindi ko naman naranasan yung naranasan niya, pero pakiramdam niya nakaka-relate talaga kami sa isa't isa. And sometimes it's so subconscious na like it's just a flowing conversation and that happens. And paulit-ulit niyang sinasabi sa'kin and mas nage-gets ko over time. And now I'm acknowledging it. And what he says is, when you really listen to people, you get to hear more than what they say. That's what he says. When you really listen to people, you get to hear more than what they say. But at the same time, from different sessions, he also says na your ability to listen to people depends on the quality of your clarity within. So if we are in clarity mode and we are continually protecting that clarity mode, really your senses in hearing, seeing, relating deeply to another human being is heightened. Therefore, what I'm saying is this, yung relationships and yung quality ng relationships mo with the people that you spend time with, that's evidence of clarity mode in your life. Gaano kalalim yung relationships that you have. Um, I guess that's it. And kung muna yun dun, um, like, if chaos mode, it's usually baliktad. Eh, and of course, you can always be stuck somewhere in between of those two. But again, this is a skill set. Di ko alam kung nabigyan ko ng justice kung saan mas nagiging useful yung chaos mode. Pero, yeah, I mean, that's my time for today. Yeah, so, uh, I'll be doing this until Sunday para mahabol ko all 5 episodes of the week. And there's still 4 more episodes of Kage Season 2 this week. So, para sa mga nanonood, nag-aabang, maraming salamat sa oras ninyo. But more so, I'd like to hear, kahit i-PM nyo ako, email nyo ako, or whatever, I'd like to hear how you are using these things in your life moving forward. Because really, I just love aligned conversations about like topics like this. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you to it for now. Like rest well tonight. Take care, and I'll be going FB Live ulit tomorrow.